Well, you know, it's Groundhog's Day again.
I have some news for you. Today I'm announcing I will no longer be making gaming historian videos.
Because for some reason, it feels like it was, 2 years ago now that we read, maybe on his Patreon or on a community post or something, that Norm the gaming historian was retiring from YouTube, that he was going to instead do woodwork. We did a whole thing where it was Donald Trump saying, "You're telling me this for the first time." We laughed and laughed at, Norm was a good woman.
Wow. I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time.
And then I said, well, you can't really quit at the age of 30 or 35 or whatever it was without some fuck you money. And I don't think gaming historian has gotten him fuck you money. And that started a whole financial discussion that we've had with the public. The question is, what's fuck you money? People live on 40,000 here and it's fine. It's like, okay, but obviously that's not fuck you money, right? So how many years would you need to save your 40,000 before it becomes fuck you money? It's like, you need a lot of money. You need a lot of money before you can actually say, like, I'm accountable to nobody. I don't care. All my expenses are taken care of. So I thought that was the end of it. I haven't seen any videos since the Oregon Trail. And then it comes out, there's this video that starts getting linked everywhere. They're like, Norm the gaming historian is retiring. I'm like, I know.
You're telling me this for the second time?
You're telling me this for the second time.
I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time.
So he comes out, he goes, hey, it's great. And he says the exact same shit that he said 2 years ago. I don't think any of it's different. He said after Oregon Trail, he felt burned out and he struggled to regain motivation. Oh, he said one thing that was kind of interesting in the video. Even though he announced his retirement, his intention was to step away and take an indefinite break, allow himself to not be so, he didn't say it this way, but not be so content brained, right? Go live life without having to sort of dutifully attend to the next video. I mean, I've been in that mode of like, I got to do the next video. Like for, it's like 15 years. I mean, like a long time. It would be interesting to just not have to care about that.
Before that, you were like, what's the next movie?
Well, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was like, there was movies, then podcasts, then BoxMac and all the YouTube. So it really has been since I was a kid. It's just like, what's next for video stuff? It'd be very weird. It'd be sort of like quitting your job. And, it's like every day you check your email for what's going on at your job. And then like theoretically a day comes when you're not at that job anymore and that email's cut off. It'll almost be like if, I don't know, they like took your kid away. I don't have to care anymore in any kind of way. So it'd be unpleasant for me. But Norm said after some time, he found that it wasn't like kicking back up again, the excitement, the motivation. And that was like a sign to him that like, okay, maybe it's done with.
To my surprise, that itch to make a new video never really came back. And that's when it finally clicked. I was ready to move on from the gaming historian.
So it's been going on for 2 years. He explored other interests, travel, hobbies, relationships, and a podcast.
That's fine. You can do what you like. You can have your dad rock band. It doesn't matter.
Or you're woodworking. That would have been interesting if James left AVGN to do woodwork with Tough AVGN.
Tough Ace, yeah.
I like having the camera on this makeshift small tripod I made. Basically, it's just a tripod head screwed onto a piece of wood.
He was worried that like if he made another video, it would be shitty, because the motivation was gone. It would be lower quality or something. Like, you don't want me making something. If I'm not excited about it, it's going to be bad, which is fair.
I definitely tried to make something else. I even announced it on social media, but my heart just wasn't in it. And I knew that if I ever finished that video, the quality would suffer.
Yeah, he gave a parting gift of, he was doing research into the Donkey Kong court case with Universal, and he got like a Freedom of Information Act or something, some where he got all the paperwork. Yeah, and he's like, I'll just put this up. If somebody wants to do something with it, they can.
Somebody said that his wife was a lawyer or something, that maybe he's, if she continues working, so I guess that could be like if she makes a good salary and he's had good savings from this whole thing up to this point. I was thinking about, like, of all the creators to quit, that's a pretty good one, in as much as like there's probably not a lot that was left unsaid. He did all the major video game documentaries he probably wanted to, and any other kind of major video game history or trivia or anything like that is covered, right? Like there's not a lot. I mean, you can make these cool kind of Netflix worthy documentaries, but others will do it. GameSack, remember last year we watched Electronic Gaming Monthly. I love stuff like that, and so I'll miss it for sure. 'Cause I liked it when Norm came out with a video. They were good videos.
Yeah, he especially toward the end, he was making them Ken Burns style, like put a lot of effort into them. So it was just unique. But I could see how that could burn you out.
Well, because he had to keep upping the ante, because there was a time when he could just be like, want to learn about the Sega CD, and nobody really knew much about the Sega CD.
No. Now Jason Graves could tell you about the Sega CD.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. Actually, I was in Salem this past weekend, and I went to that Game Zone is the video game store. It's the one that was featured in Not for Resale, the Pat Contry produced documentary. Great documentary, by the way, about physical games and physical game stores. And the guy who's featured in the documentary was behind the counter. He's always there. He's very nice. He's very Boston. That particular shop, you always go to a video game store when you see one, a retro game store. And normally they have some kind of cool oddity. They have some kind of cool novelty item. But this one had some special shit. One was the JVC XI, which is the all-in-one Sega CD plus Genesis.
Oh.
Which is really cool. That was a few $100 at least. And I think it was like $600. And then the really expensive, I think the $800 item was the XCD, I think is what it's called. This one, it's a little teeny, it looks like a little CD player. But it's Sega CD plus Genesis plus 32X. Like all in one little, yeah.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. Little form factor. Well, look, Sega was spinning up all these consoles. They needed to smash them together.
I'm surprised they didn't do like Saturn and Genesis together or something. Or
That's a great idea. Or have a base converter like they did the Sega Master System. They do something to start like consolidating those products, because that started to kill them. Of course, now it's all moot. I can putting software emulation aside, like the EverDrive that plays the CD games right on your Genesis Model 2. It's
great.
Problem solved. I do wish the EverDrive would play 32X without the unit. I have a unit, but it's finicky and fucked up. Like you have to, there's because I have a Model 2, like there's this metal teeth that you got to shove into it to make it work. Just some crappy products that say it was good. And the truth, I never fuck with it, because the truth is 32X doesn't have anything.
Emulate the couple things they have and be done with it.
Whatever those even are. Mortal Kombat 2. The slightly better version.
You can emulate the arcade version.
Emulate the arcade version, yeah. All right, so that was Norm. And then did you know that Karl Jobst, yours and mine, is going to sue Billy Mitchell?
Did I see something recently that it got thrown out?
Really?
Well, I got to look this up, because I thought I saw something. Because he filed to sue him in Florida, but he did it pro se, which means he's representing himself.
Yes.
From what I don't know if this is true or not. I just saw something quickly. So because he's filing pro se, he would actually have to do it like in the state of Florida. He can't do it remotely. That's what I thought I saw.
Well, this is from news.com.au. An Australian YouTuber who lost a defamation lawsuit brought against him by a former Donkey Kong world champion. I like that the headline, the lead in here is just as clownish as possible. A circus clown is suing a monkey for calling him an asshole. Brisbane-based content creator Karl Jobst was last year ordered to pay more than $350,000 to William Billy Mitchell, an American gaming personality, blah, 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 after a district court judge found Jobst had defamed Mitchell in a video uploaded in 2021. He holds his own records for speedrunning games like GoldenEye 007 and Perfect Dark. I didn't know that. He's the champion. Jobst has now filed defamation proceedings against Mitchell in a U.S. court, accusing Mitchell, this was published April 18th, so a few weeks ago, accusing Mitchell of defamation, unauthorized appropriation of name or likeness, and intentional infliction of emotional distress in a series of statements and posts following the verdict. The complaint has been filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida, so it's doing it in Florida, with Jobst acting pro se or on his own behalf. In court documents, Jobst points to Mitchell republishing a post on X, formerly Twitter, linking to a Reddit post alleging Jobst had engaged in illegal conduct to defraud creditors. So that's probably the big one, is you can't be saying that somebody committed a crime when they didn't commit a crime provably.
Well, this is tough, though. A lot of this stuff is tough in the U.S. Maybe in Australia you can get away with it. But Billy Mitchell just shitposts all the time.
He sure does. I mean, he really reveled.
He just I think part of in like part of the complaint that he did, he was putting like tweets where he had used like, you know, the discount code for his hot sauce was part of the defamation and stuff, because he like does really sensational discount codes for, you know, and then like he does pictures of, I don't know, Karl Jobst as a lobster for some reason. I don't know. He's kind of got boomer energy, so you don't really know where he's going sometimes.
Well, he sure was pissed off at this Australian YouTuber. Could have ignored him, I suppose. Maybe he felt like Karl was just going to continue doing this forever.
Yeah, I can't see anything about the case being thrown out, but I think Karl will have a hard time.
I think you're right. I mean, I think in general, this sort of stuff is, you know, when you're a public figure, somebody's opining about you, satirizing you, whatever. Where it gets into tricky territory is when you make a factual statement without qualifying it with opinion or anything like that, that somebody committed a crime. Even a public figure, I think, might have recourse, maybe. Yeah,
it might. But I think it's going to be, I really do think it's going to be an uphill battle. And I think they will take into account that he did lose a lawsuit to him. And
well, I think if he had a law firm, like a U.S. law firm backing him, it would be different.
Yeah. He what he's doing pro se. He's probably getting ChatGPT to like make his at
least use Claude.
Yeah.
You know, get the $100 plan and really sue this guy.
Yeah, sue this guy with the finest AI.
I mean, you're right. You have to imagine that AI is just all up in the legal system at this point, because I mean, one of the biggest, most tedious, expensive aspects of a court case is going through multi-hour transcripts and all this sort of stuff, and like you got to use AI for all that, right? To find the contextual stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure people use that, but I think AI is getting better and better at not hallucinating. That was the huge thing like a couple years ago, where they would make up court cases. It's trying to please you, so it's just saying whatever. Even pretty recently, there's been people caught using AI, and it makes up stuff.
I'm telling you, man, with Claude, and I do a lot of technical work with it, and it almost never, like, it can take away the wrong impression of something I was saying because of the way I communicated it. Like if I tell it to, it used to be the case, as an example, if you were like, I'm giving you 2 Excel documents, I want you to compare the data in one column from one file to the data in one column in another file, and make me a third column with the comparisons. Gemini and GPT would, like, I don't know if that's still true, but you would get very flawed results, and Claude, like, you get flawless results. It's crazy. And I waited Claude out for a long time. Well, I remember this whole thing. I'm telling Nina about it, and she's like, she immediately starts doing a Gomez Adams. She goes, "They say a man who represents himself has a fool for a client. Well, with God as my witness, I am that fool."
The courts will decide. They say a man who represents himself has a fool for a client. Well, with God as my witness, I am that fool.
What would it take, like, for you to sue somebody and represent yourself? Wouldn't you be pretty, like, anxious about that?
No, I don't even want to, like, clean my own gutters. Like, I don't think I'm qualified. So.
Well, maybe I'm trying to think, like, maybe he figures, like, it's worth a shot. I think I got something here. It would be prohibitively expensive to do it through a law firm. It'll at least inconvenience Billy. Maybe he'll settle. Maybe he figures that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so.
Or maybe he also, like, part of it is, like, my reputation has been harmed by this whole thing. My channel, my business has been harmed by this whole thing. Maybe by doing a Hail Mary pass, I can recover some of that.
Pro se pass. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think it's. I don't think there's going to be much hope. But
I think with all these guys, dude, this is like I saw, like, Gerard put out a video recently saying, like, he introduced some editors and stuff. He's trying to get the channel back up and running. It's clear, he's trying to make it, like, financially viable again. I'm watching that. I'm watching Karl. I'm thinking, like, when the heat gets too hot in the kitchen, I think just stop working in the kitchen. I think, like, just step away from public life. Just go join the workforce like the rest of us chumps. It really isn't that bad to just have a normal job. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I saw something recently. It's like most people who don't have college degrees are earning just as much as people with college degrees. So even if you didn't go to college, maybe you skipped college because you hit it big on YouTube. This doesn't matter. You could join the workforce. You could probably clean my gutters. I need my gutters cleaned.
It'll be very expensive. So feels like the job market. It's been an employer's market for like a year and a half now, maybe, and it was very much an employee's market. 4 or 5 years ago during COVID when nobody could find anybody. I don't know. I really hope that like things kind of even. If people need jobs and they need meaningful work, and I hope things like kind of even out soon. Seems like every day, like one of our friends or somebody in Discord or something gets laid off. On the other hand, the same people that get laid off, it seems like 6 months later, 7 months later, a painful amount of time later, they end up with something pretty good. Like not something that they hate, something that like it works out. Like there's some kind of breakthrough if they have some tenacity. That's why, I see some of this like, tumultuous YouTube drama, and I'm like, maybe, like, I'm not even really kidding. I'm like, maybe just like,
it's got to be exhausting. Exhausting for your soul to like, especially like they have the drama YouTubers like Karl, and I don't even know what's going on with the quartering. I know he has a lot of drama. I don't even want to get into it because I don't even know.
We better not.
We better not. But like, he must be tired. Just go to bed. Get out of here.
Yeah, you need to step away from it. Like,
you step away.
Especially like, that's a guy who, as far as I can tell, he's been bringing in millions of views somehow. Anytime I've ever seen the videos, I'm like, how the fuck is it that, what? The quartering. He is a great example of how, like, I don't want anybody acting like views equal quality on this platform.
Yeah.
Don't be talking like that. If you get low views, you suck. If you get high views, you're great. Like, no, stop. Have you ever seen this dude's videos?
Yeah, I saw one that, like, because I think it was during like the Kathleen Kennedy stuff. I'm like, oh, this looks like I saw one of his videos. I'm like, oh, this looks like it might have information for me. And I click on it, and it's just like, it's like it's the most devoid of information. It's like RGT on steroids. It's so like devoid of information.
Totally.
He's like sells coffee beans. He does this. I'm like, this is why? How does anybody watch this? How?
It's like maybe he could trick a few people into clicking a couple times, but like not habitually, like, right? Like, but you have to imagine that even if he does get people, because the truth is on YouTube, right? That's the unfortunate truth. The title and the thumbnail matter a lot. They matter a lot more than the video does, sadly. And I think the reason is because, like, the whatever compels you to click. I think, like, if the information is even like tacitly relevant to what the person clicked for and it's on a second screen, they might not click off right away. You might get some of those retention minutes. That's what I mean by like low quality viewership and high quality. It's like, do you think the quartering ever had any high quality viewership? Like anybody who's
I don't think it can't be.
The moment the guy had a became a villain on Twitter is the moment that everybody was like, fuck this guy. like suddenly like all the chickens came home to roost.
Go back into the workforce. It's fine.
Yeah. Like, have you been making that ad revenue for 10 years or something? Like,
do some woodworking.
Yeah. Do what Norm's doing. Hopefully you have some fuck you money by now, a little bit of fuck you money. Maybe we shouldn't be calling it fuck you money. Maybe we should call it woodworking money. A little bit of woodworking money.
You can sell something on a farmer's market. Yeah.
And some of these guys are getting up there. I mean, obviously Norm, I think, is like mid-30s probably, but this Jeremy guy, I imagine he's got to be like 45 or something. Have you noticed that like the 45-year-olds are starting to look real old?
Oh, no.
I'm talking about, like, not to like kick him in the dick, but like Dan Olsen looks real old to me.
He looks, oh my God.
I'm like, remember he was like that young stud sitting next to Lindsay Ellis?
Yeah.
I was like, how did you age so rapidly?
Chortling on the side.
But I don't know, maybe it's something going on with like the aging process. Like people are rapidly aging. Seems like 45.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.